operating at professional levels, we gotta understand a lot of people operate through their emotions. So that's one thing we gotta pick up on people's body language. You know, shit that people don't pay attention to. Their tone, what are they saying, how are they looking, you know, things like that. Because there might be some situations to where you can diffuse it just because of who you are and somebody else couldn't. And I think about that on all levels as a man. It might be some girl that you couldn't get, but the next man did because, you know, he's doing things a little bit better than you. You feel what I mean? Be positioned in a job you didn't get, but the next guy did because he was a little bit better than you. It's a competition. This is the world. So it's like, in real life, like, you know you're better than somebody. And that's why we choose the friends that we hang around with, because I want my friends to be the best. I want my friends to, if I got a friend that do music videos, I want my friend to be that best guy. Right. I know he should be better than me because that's not my lane. But he should be beating everybody else in that lane. Exactly. So I can be like, yes, that's my friend. My friend is at the top of that. And that's where you build your circle and your network.
This is the journey. This is your moment. It's about time for us to get right. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Welcome to the cave, the Mancave, where we parlay, better on self. You're invited to the private conversations that happen inside while they outside sleepwalking. This is the apprenticeship. All of our guests on the show are here to share their journeys to becoming a master. So humble yourself and tap in. Come parlay in the Mancave.
We live.
We live.
Yes,
Welcome to another episode of Mancave Parlays. Myself, Shadd.
Oh, that's good.
A wise man knows he knows nothing. The day we stop learning is the day we officially sign our death date. So I plan on living a long time. Today we are joined by another master in the journey, a homie, a brother. My man is clean eats, good vibes. He here to, just walk us through his journey, take us to Africa like he did.
Oh, you went to Africa?
Yes, sir.
I want to hear about that.
Yeah, that's why we got him in here. We wanted somebody who looked like us to come and just... Because it ain't got to be the older generations that had these conversations. So we want young people that look like us to be in the spotlight and just be highlighting some of the things we talking about in here. So this is a show. It's called Mancave Parlays, A Guide to Mastery. Because we on a journey and we broadcasting our journey. So the people we bringing on is people who can, instill wisdom. And, we can just kick it back and forth. So
yes, sir.
It's good having you on here, bro.
Yes, sir. Good brother.
Oh.
Already good brother. So all y'all that do know me, or for y'all that don't know me, my name is Creo Dunny. Or if you know me, my name Deontay. I like how my good brother Roc, you feel me? You gotta get on the hoop and tell me, you gotta tell him about the hoop. from the backyard to everything like that, for real.
Yeah.
Man, good brother, real good brother, man. I'm glad that y'all tuned into his podcast, man. Make sure y'all show him some love, like, comment, subscribe to everything that he got going on, y'all.
No, just like that.
You feel me? But yeah, so one thing a lot of people, that really, I would say made me stand up, like, going vegan, right? Because a lot of people always talk about, like, it's hard, it's hard to kind of get off meat, which it was. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I really had to plan this up.
Walk us through, like, when you realized that you really knew you wanted to dive in with it.
So, it all started, alright, I'm gonna really give y'all the whole script for real. It all started when I was 14, right? I was 14, I used to play a video game called Destiny, right? And it was a guy that I used to play the game with. His name was Black. And he used to tell me, like, little shit, like, yeah, you feel me, this and the third. Like, the shit ain't really what you think it is. I said, what you mean? I'm 14, you get to think about it. I'm 14 years old, like, freshman in high school. I'm thinking like, shit, all right, life is life. But, as the years went on, 15, 16, I started realizing things about life, like, dang, hold up, something is kind of off. Like, all right, I'm spending my time here, but what am I doing? So around 17 is when I really kind of, like, started checking out things. Like, I realized school was wasting my time. It really was all about making money and building things.
You realized this at 14?
No, 17.
17, okay.
Because at 14, right? His name is Verdi. That was my school counselor. He told me, look to your left, look to your right. I'm pretty sure we all got that. This person may not, graduate with you. And as a kid, we ain't thinking about that. We think
Right.
about like, yeah. But as I started getting older, I started realizing, wait, some of these people found me. Like, I probably wouldn't be friends with them if I didn't see them 5 days a week.
Yeah.
You feel me?
It's just because of the moment.
Yeah, if I ain't see you, see you.
That's facts, right? to think like that early.
Yeah, it's
that's
so
like long term thinking. Like, you gotta realize, like, you interact with people on an everyday basis. You like, yo, can I see myself?
I won't even,
Can I see myself growing with you, like, as a friend
Right.
or whatever the case may be?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you might not think like that when you deal with people, because high school, you just so caught up in the moment.
Well, my bad, bro.
No, you good.
Well, 10th grade, yeah, that's when Instagram kind of came out. I was jamming on that bitch. Like, I was jamming on the gram. Like, I was probably one of the first people with like 20K on there, like in the city. But this post was getting like 1,000 likes. Like, I was what you call social media hot. So
Yeah, you was jamming early.
yeah. So, but then my Instagram got hacked. And as soon as I seen my Instagram got hacked, everybody in school started acting phony. Everybody that really knew me started acting phony. So that's what that's the part that kind of
being phony because your social media.
Yeah, my limelight, you feel me, shit like that.
Went
like,
down,
you
yeah.
feel me?
Okay.
So that was the transition from 16 to 17. That's why at 17 I understood that, all right, these people really don't fuck with me. So when I got my Instagram back, I started realizing, like, damn, like, they ain't really. It took me like a month to get it back, but that 1 month was all it took for people to really show their true colors. It never take people really long to show their true colors. It depends if you feel me, if you ignore it or not.
Right.
Red flags are always shown. People just show you.
No,
you know?
facts.
So from that point, when it was 18, I was, just neutral. Then I watched, who was it? What the Health? No. That was before.
Was it
that
a
was,
McDonald's documentary?
Yeah. But that was a little bit later on down the line. So around 18.
What, Supersize?
Yeah.
I was confused. When he said what the hell, I know what he's talking about now though.
Oh, it's another one.
Yeah.
That's the first one I seen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was Supersize.
Talking about the one where he kept eating all the McDonald's
For 30 days.
3 days in a row.
Yeah.
Well, not 3 days in a row. My bad. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. 30 days straight.
30 days straight.
Wow, that ain't that much shit on that menu, but go ahead, bro.
For real though, and that's why that one really didn't catch my eye. Cause I'm like, bro, like nobody should be eating McDonald's every day anyway. So like, you're doing that to yourself. Like, I kind of understood that basis of it. Like, yo, like, you gonna get fat as shit. Like, everybody subconsciously knew that. Like, you gonna get fat as shit. Eat
regardless.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
You feel me? So around 18, I think everything was still cool. 19, then 20. 20 is around the year that I really started taking it serious because I watched What the Health.
Okay.
And what really sparked that off was because if y'all never seen it, he was studying the main cause of why he really started the documentary was to prove that is cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. Is that stuff hereditary or is it caused by the food that we eating, right? Mm-hmm. And this is gonna be this part right here is gonna be very important to when I start talking about Africa as well too.
Okay.
Like around this portion of
we're gonna ease them, man.
Yeah,
we're gonna ease them, man. We got time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the main reason why I don't eat meat in America per se, because there's just so many growth hormones, so many GMOs.
But do you feel like? I feel like though it's not just the meat. Like it's like y'all said, it's fish. I think it's veggies. I think it's fruit. I think they contaminate all that stuff though. Like so, it's really like if you look at it, we're really all really eating like chemicals and other bullshit. When you really look at it, I guess one just better than the other.
I would rather take my chance with a plant diet because that's more genetically what I was structured is more composed to rather than an animal. Like I said, but I will still eat meat, just not here.
Right, just not here.
Just not
I would definitely recommend that.
What about catching your own fish and like let's say a river or some shit and cooking it? Like you think that'd be?
I don't even want the waters here in America, bro.
Oh, true. Damn, we just fucked up then.
Yeah.
we trash. So is it specific markets you look to like to go get certain things or that you shop at?
Yeah, here. So you go to the farmers on Sundays. Sundays you go to the farmers market downtown under the bridge, down by the green. What is that? Green Mount Jail. I think it's right across the street from the center.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yep. If you go there, you can go to Mom's. Mom's got a good produce, but I would recommend going down to the farmers market because Mom's be taxing. But they do have other good stuff.
I was about to say Mom's be taxing. It's a
I ain't even lie to you. The farmers market. My cousin put me on. Shout out Goose Gold. He told me about some duck bacon. and I slid got that duck bacon. I was like,
From where?
That's great from the farmers market. They got
duck bacon.
They got beef bacon, duck bacon. They got all types of bacon, bro.
And it was good.
Yeah, that shit solid.
I had coconut bacon.
I don't know.
It was when my uncle was
that shit fire though.
It's when he was coconut bacon. I know you know what it is.
Yeah, cool.
Like he got it from like this vegan shop, and
hold on. Y'all gotta elaborate on coconut bacon. It's like we'll be talking
so
because I'm not understanding like
so.
The
go ahead, bro. You can tell him.
The bacon, like I need that.
So the whole thing about that's what
I got that before when I mentioned coconut bacon.
What?
Yeah,
that's always the premise to it. Like, coconut bacon.
So it's much easier for people to do something or try something that's already kind of close to what they already subscribing to or kind of accustomed to. So that's why we call it coconut bacon. So it's exactly like bacon, but it's just made out of coconut, and you just put flavor in it. You would put like bacon, not exactly bacon flavor, but you put the seasonings and stuff like that to make it almost taste like it. So you wouldn't be getting like like if you fry, most bacon is fried. So when you frying stuff, that can go into high blood pressure, high cholesterol, stuff like that, clogging your arteries and yada yada yada. It's just a different alternative health choice for real. To still keep the same, to have the same thing, but to kind of sway you off a little bit too, because we all ain't perfect, and that's why I was eating like when I told y'all when I first went vegan, I was eating like the mimic hot dogs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You need something to kind of take your mind off of it, but still keep going. It's a fight for real. It's really a psychological fight. That's all it really is, and you just pretty much got to
get you into it, right?
Yeah, you got to reprogram.
I had a question. I want to say my take on it. How you feel about like with the whole vegan thing? The only thing I never understood, for one, when I first started hearing about vegan, I did not even know that y'all did not consume dairy. So vegetarians consume dairy, but they still don't eat meat. Mm-hmm. So how does that? Don't they ain't that counterproductive?
I feel.
Like if you can get like a large iced coffee with 5 creams and 5 sugars, but then you go eat like a cauliflower casserole, like that's like canceling each other out, kind of like, right?
I agree. I really think it's very, like you said, very counterproductive. I wouldn't be vegetarian. It's like you for what? Like you halfway doing it.
I'm about to say dairy. Like even if I truly feel like this, and I could be wrong because of course I'm not really super tapped into it, but I feel like if the average person was to cut out dairy before meat completely, they probably would be on their way to being more healthy than the average person that consume let's say meat without no, hold on. Yeah, whatever I said, vice versa. Like if you consume meat without dairy, but you consume dairy without meat, I feel like you probably would be better off depending on the type of meat that you consume. Like let's say a pescatarian that don't eat dairy. Like I think they'd be alright.
I think so too.
But a person that's like
you're right.
Consuming, maybe like I don't really know too many people that eat pork and beef excessively, because burgers and like bacon is some shit that like you eat on occasion naturally. Like for me, when I go to the market, I think like chicken and shrimp or fish. I don't really think like beef and pork
and stuff like that.
Like if and I don't eat breakfast like that. I'm like a beverage type of guy. I go get some coffee or green matcha and call it a day, and then I eat lunch.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, but I don't do like I don't eat pork a lot naturally. And I don't eat beef a lot naturally because I like steak and I can't eat steak on a regular basis. Mm-hmm. So, but at the same time, just to not get too far off topic, the vegans that eat vegan everything that mimics what they don't want to eat, I always felt like, why partake in a vegan chili cheesesteak or a chili cheese hot dog or like a vegan mac and cheese or a vegan collard greens? Why partake in that stuff if you're vegan? Like, I feel like the reason to be vegan is to get away from that type of stuff. So it's just like, I don't want anything that mimic what I was doing before. Because I want everything about this journey to remind me of what I wasn't doing, so that way I don't feel tempted. Like, I'm the type of person where if I eat vegan macaroni and cheese, I'm going to be like, yeah, this shit trash. I'm going to real mac and cheese. If it is trash. But it's like...
It got to be psychological.
Yeah.
It's just to like Creo was saying, just to like, I guess, wean them off. I wouldn't say after like year 3, you should still be eating things that mimic like chicken tenders and stuff like that. But probably like in that first year, it's probably the hardest. You probably want to like relapse. Like I go to when I get my wine in the wine section, it's a section where it's a spirit, but there's no alcohol in it. It's a non-alcoholic beverage, but it comes in a container of like liquor. Like they got one that's like tequila or whiskey, and people who are like alcoholics will drink that because if you drink it,
it make you feel.
It give you that right. It still give you that bitterness that you might be going for without it actually being that liquor and without you actually relapsing. So I kind of equate it to that. Like it gives you that satisfaction, but it's still better than the actual product.
I'll give you an example. Like I went to Atlanta Kush and I went to our house. Shout out both establishments. Food was good, but the difference for me was when I went to Atlanta Kush, I had got a platter. I think it was like it was a protein that I would normally eat regular if I wasn't vegan, and it was a side that I would normally eat regular if I wasn't vegan. It was pretty tasty, but at the same time, I feel like when I was eating it, I was like it was good during, but when it went down, I just felt like I was like, all right, I definitely could tell the difference. Like, you ever ate anything like you ever ate like a chickpea pasta or something like that? And you taste the difference between like regular pasta noodles and like chickpea pasta, whatever the case may be.
Okay.
But when I went to our house, my cousin had put me on with this spot in our house. When you walk in, you go walk to the right, go straight down. I don't know the name of it, but they got barbecue cauliflower. I'm trying to tell you, it's one of the best things I ever fucking had in my life.
Yeah, you had that.
And I was like, if I was vegan, that's the shit that I'm doing. I'm doing like I'm trying to get the highest flavor profile for the shit that I'm supposed to be eating. I don't want to eat no type of gluten-free bread and cheese sticks or whatever.
You're not trying to eat bland.
I'd rather eat fruits and vegetables and like make it as flavorful as possible, just to kickstart the journey. Because I feel like something like that, you can't do everything cold turkey, but some shit like that, I feel like you gotta do cold turkey. Everybody don't gotta do things a certain way, but like when you really trying to get into something like that, it's probably better off that you just go balls to the wall 100%. Like I'm gonna do it this way, because that's the type of industry that it is. Like vegan, that's some serious shit. When you start changing up your milks and like everything that you're doing as far as soy and vegetables and fruits, you might as well just go ahead and get used to it now. Because I feel like if you don't go cold turkey, it's a 8 to 80% chance that you're going to revert back to the old shit.
No, facts. Can you tell me the best like vegan crab cakes to get? Because I swear I tried jackfruit crab cake, and that joint was trash.
Where you get it from?
It was trash. I got it from Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's, yeah.
I got it from Trader Joe's.
I don't like that. It's like that.
Yeah, it was trash. It was trash. So
hold on, what you making? What they gonna do with the vegan crab? Like, how you do that?
Go ahead,
I got so many questions. Bro.
Yeah, so you make it out of jackfruit because it's the same material as how it mimics crab meat.
You said jackfruit?
Yeah, it mimics crab meat. Now,
we're not talking dragon fruit. We saying jackfruit.
Jackfruit. It's like a big old green, and almost like a cactus. It mimics like a small cactus. If it was a rock, if a cactus was a rock, that would be a jackfruit. So you said you went to our house, and you said you went to Atlanta Kush. I've tried everything Atlanta Kush had. Not a very big fan of them at all. Now they're good. I would say y'all try them. I ain't slamming nobody's business, but I'm not a big fan.
Yeah, like the first time, like when you trying to see if you could get into it, it's definitely like
no.
Yeah.
Because, and I'm gonna say this, because all of their stuff is soy based. Now I don't know if it's the same right now, but last time when I went, they told me that all of their stuff is soy based, and soy is detrimental to a guy's body. And
it's not good for testosterone at all. Exactly. It promotes estrogen.
Yes.
That's why when people tell me they consume soy milk, I'm like, why? Right. That's not even good for us.
Yeah.
It messed me up. It messed me up, but then I had to kind of fix the problem, and that's why as soon as they told me that, I never went to Atlanta Kush ever again because of that reason. Our house, you're right, they good, but they only got that one spot.
Yeah, that's just one. Yeah.
Now, the best spots I would say in the city as far as vegan food would be Refocus Vegan, My Mama's Vegan, and then also what's the name of that last one? My Mama's Vegan, and it's where is it? Gangsta Vegan, downtown and Cross Street Market. My Mama's Vegan on Green Street. Yeah, My Mama's Vegan is on Greenmount, and then. Refocus is on Utah Street.
I've seen Refocus.
Yeah,
that's all fairly within the city.
I would say go there. I would say either go to Refocus or My Mama's Vegan to get the crab cakes. That crab cakes is back.
Okay. I just haven't. Yeah, that kind of turned me away because my whole thing was it was like, cause I'm picky. I'm a picky eater, so I want want to try before I just dive into something, because it's like I wouldn't ever go fully vegan and stuff like that. I got my own ways of fasting and dieting and things like that. I just do moderation and stuff like that, or I might take like months away from chicken. You get what I'm saying, and things like that.
Let me ask you a question about that though, cause that's one thing a lot of people they like to, you know, they have to really watch, you know, when they say moderation about certain things. Right?
Okay.
So let me ask you this: when you say moderation, how long is typically moderation?
Okay, so if I do it, I'll set it in increments of like a month. I might say I'm gonna stop doing this for a month, but I might incorporate more of something else that I was lacking in.
No, more like food, though. More like food, like not mostly like that, but like if you, I say like you eat like chicken, beef, steak, something like that. Like that's what I mean. Like.
Well, I don't eat pork. Yeah, I don't eat pork.
Okay, all right, good.
Only red meat I do is lamb, cause that's.
Okay.
I start substituting things, so it's like, all right, if steak is real heavy on me, and it's starting like the way you was talking about chicken, that's how steak was starting to make me feel. I went to Fogo de Chao.
Shit, you probably just had the itis from Fogo de Chao. You put that green slip up and don't take it up. They bring this shit back and forth.
And my homies from college, they came up, so we went to the one in DC, and I heard of it before, but this was my first time ever. Like, I really ain't want to go because I already knew I was trying to wean myself off steak. So I'm like, I really don't want to be in this spot. But that's when I found out they also have like chicken in there, and they have lamb in there. So I was mostly doing that, but I would try like parts of the steak, but it kind of was like making me sick because it was so much and it was so heavy on me. Like, any food that I eat now that's too heavy on me, or I can feel it in me when I'm moving around or walking around, it's just nasty and it turns me off of it and stuff like that. So just, that's why I say moderation for me, because it's like I'm real conscious over certain things. So if I can't do steak, I'll be like, okay, well, I'm gonna go to something that's not as heavy and more leaner, and I'm gonna just do lamb. And if it tastes just as good as this steak, or if I can make it taste like this steak, then this is just what I'm gonna be on from now on. Turkey bacon. Alright. I haven't had pork bacon in years, because I like turkey bacon enough to just be good with that. So that's kind of, when I go to vegan products, it would be easier for me to turn in and go that route, or at least try it for like months, for like 6 months, and then maybe go back to my regular eating ways. But it's just like I don't like enough, or I haven't found enough of the foods that I feel like could substitute that, like, which was why I tried the jackfruit crab cake, because if I would have ate that and I liked it, I wouldn't have ate a regular crab cake anymore, because you still giving me that satisfaction I want. So there's no need for me to take the less healthier option then. You get what I'm saying? But it's just I gotta have a substitution that makes sense and that gives me that flavor of that, or I'm not gonna, like, I don't drink regular milk anymore. I don't think no one should at this point, but I do almond milk. Yeah. And I like that way more.
I don't know, bro. I think almond milk overrated. Health wise too. I think oat milk is probably better.
Yeah. You think what is?
I
do oat milk too.
I think almond milk is
I do oat milk.
Overrated.
Bro, got to the point where now I do oat milk. Like, I don't even drink like eggnog during the holidays. Like, if I want, like, I found a brand that I found, like, because before, like, the almond milk one was making me sick or whatever. If I wanted to mix it in with like some liquor, stuff like that on the holidays. But I found like 2 years ago, Wise sells this oat milk. Yeah. And now Giant got it. And that joint is
I don't like no
amazing.
Milk.
You know what I'm talking about? That joint is great.
Thick, bro. I feel like when I first started like experimenting with different milks, when all this, you know, the new wave that came about as far as milk, I just felt like from
put the oat in your green matcha.
Yes.
Oh, amazing.
My matcha order is oat milk, brown sugar, 2 pumps of chai. But I'm gonna tell you this though, when it come to milk, like almond milk, when I first tasted it, I was like, yeah, you know. And I'm not really I don't consume too much cereal. It's like not even in moderation. I don't eat cereal at all. But if I had to,
what flavor was you getting of the almond milk?
It's not even about that, because when it comes to milk, I don't really need a flavor. I just need it for the consistency, and the consistency of almond milk is just not for me personally.
What was it?
Like, it was just real. It was just as loose as red cat milk, if you ask me. Like 2% skim. When I had oat milk, it was thick. I'm not talking like milkshake thick. I'm talking about like thick enough to where I can tell it's milk.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like when it come to milk, I don't drink milk for the flavor. Like when I was eating cereal when I was little, when I had milk,
I didn't texture.
I was a texture person. Like I wasn't drinking milk for like, oh, it's like it feel like this or it tastes like this. It was just more so like the texture for me, like how it feel when going down. And almond milk never did that for me. When I had oat milk, I was like, I can do this. I got a matcha with almond milk because Starbucks on Charles Street ran out of oat. And I was like, I'm never getting this shit with almond milk ever again. I could taste the difference. It was drastically different, bro.
Yeah.
It was drastically different.
I love almond. I do almond and oat.
Yeah, but I think oat milk I think oat milk is superior, but at the same time, soy milk and almond milk is two milks that would never be in the household of mine personally.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
Yeah.
I did my research on soy because like my mom had told me like, yo, she was like, soy got some she had said something about it, and that's what made me start researching it. And I was just like, why would I want to put anything that's estrogen heavy in my body if I'm made out of testosterone?
That's how I know about it, because when my son was born, one of the benefits was if you're not getting regular milk, then you can get soy. So I'm like, all right, I'm absolutely not putting him on like milk from a cow. But the soy, he was on for like probably like a month, and then I'm like, no, I'm gonna just have to buy this because he's not drinking this neither, because you started saying the research on it and stuff like that, and that's how I found out is because of my son, because I never knew that. I just never consumed soy like ever in my life, but I didn't know the effects of it until like I did that research with the soy.
Yeah, so food combination, right? We gotta understand that pork and beef takes anywhere between 4 to 5 days. Fish and chicken takes anywhere between 2 to 3 days. Fruits and vegetables takes anywhere between an hour, and starches take anywhere between 4 hours. When you mix meat and starch together, that takes the digestion time anywhere up to a week or maybe 10 days. Because
chicken box sitting in there all that time.
Yeah, so with pork and beef, 10 to 11 days. With chicken and fish, now you're looking at maybe a week, like a solid week now, or maybe 6 days, somewhere around there. When you do a starch and a vegetable, now you kicking it up to maybe 12 hours. When you do a starch and a fruit, now you're kicking up to maybe 6 hours. But when you do that, you're causing a fermentation inside of your stomach. That's why most people sometimes have diarrhea. And that is why. So when we talk about moderation, right, we have to keep in mind what are we combining and things like that when we're eating, and we have to understand that the American diet, I call it SAD, the standard American diet, lacks fiber, right? So this is why you cannot eat meat 24/7. And this, like I said, there's nothing wrong with meat, but you have to keep in mind what are you combining it with, right? So if you're gonna eat meat, right, you can literally get that meat out your system in a day, but you have to make sure you eat a lot of fiber, which you can get through psyllium husk. You can get that at Mom's, you can get that at Wegman, or you can go to OK Natural downtown. You can eat a lot of apples. Apples got a lot of fiber in it. You can eat oranges. Oranges got fiber in it. You can eat prunes. Prunes got fiber in it. You can eat raisins. Raisins got fiber in it. Now you want to make sure all of those things are the purest form, such as raisins, because they got a lot of seedless raisins, and I'm not sure that's going to give you the same effect as if the raisin was actually good and seeded. After that, you could be able to, that'll definitely help that fiber intake and stuff like that. You want to get that down, because you typically want to go to the bathroom after every time you eat. So if you eat twice a day, you need to be going to the bathroom twice a day, every time.
Every time.
Yeah, every time. You want to have that healthy digestive tract. Now, if it's not, that means somewhere down along the lines of your small intestine, which is your colon, is clogged up. People forget that our small intestine is like almost 6 foot, 7 foot. Like, it's long. It's long for real. So anyway, between that whole thing, anything could be clogged up in there. And that's why sometimes a lot of us men, be having prostate cancer, colon cancer, and stuff like that, because that stuff just sitting.
And it's prevalent in our people.
And if you're eating it on a daily basis, I mean, you backed up.
Yeah. Took out my guy Chad, but
you feel me? This is really one of the reasons why I started studying health, because my people's got, prostate cancer, diabetes, stuff like that.
It's high with us.
Like it started hitting home. And that's why it forced me. I'm gonna say forced. It forced me to be the different one, and somebody that started seeking a different path. Like something not right. Like there's no way that I know at least 4 people that had heart attacks. I know at least 4 people that got cancer. I know damn near probably, I'm gonna say 40% of people I know got high blood pressure.
Yeah.
What is the
and
similarity?
it's getting younger and younger.
Yeah. What is the similarity? What is going on? So You narrowed it down to what's being fed us and what's being said. That's what's good to us. And we gotta understand and get away from what they taught us was good. Like a lot of things, I'm gonna say how they taught us. Because let's say you do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
You fast. You can intermediate fast every day. Let's say you intermediate fast from. Let's say your day start at 6 a.m. You don't eat anything from 6 a.m. to 12 a.m., which is the excretion period of the body. That's when you're gonna be peeing and pooping the most during that time. Now from 12:01 to 3 is gonna be the nourishment part. That's when you're gonna eat your heaviest meal because you need that for the rest of the day for your body to digest. Remember, it may take days for that meat to digest, but if you add your fibers to it may only take 5 to 6. So you still gonna get that. You still gonna get that time up before you actually go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why that is important because your body cannot digest food and sleep at the same time.
No,
it does not work. It don't work.
Yeah.
You only can use energy for one thing.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's why sometimes you eat something in the middle of the night, you wake up like, damn, I don't even feel like I went to sleep. Yeah, because your body was digesting that food and you wasn't sleeping.
It was working.
Right.
I got a serious question. Do you feel like being vegan or like the lifestyle of vegan or veganism will be in existence if things weren't so genetically modified in America? Like, do you think that somebody cares to be vegan in the UK or Africa? Like you said, like you went over to Africa and you was able to consume meat and felt fine. Like, do you feel like you would still follow the same lifestyle if you was over there? You probably would incorporate everything that you do now into being able to eat meat that's not like processed and genetically modified or whatever the case may be. I'm just thinking to myself, like, if everything here is genetically modified, there's even some things in the United States that's like not even legal in other countries.
Oh, for
like
sure.
Mountain Dew and shit like that. Shit not even legal there.
Yeah.
So it's like the way I look at it is people is forced to do certain things and live certain lifestyles just because of the way America, I suppose, modifies the food or whatever the case may be. But it's like, do you even feel like that would be a thing in other places, or you just feel like some people just prefer vegetables and fruit and a different way of eating as opposed to the norm?
Good question. So, I am a product of my environment, but I don't know if
Absolutely.
You feel me?
You are forced to adapt to
Like, I'm not in a predicament where I kind of got fresh meat.
Right.
I'm not really in that predicament. Now, if I was, I probably wouldn't be vegan, probably. But who's to say? Because I really.
It's a very hypothetical thing. You never know.
So like.
Because if you can enjoy meat, like if you could enjoy pork, I don't know too many people that brag on pork and beef too much, but like if you can enjoy it without feeling like it's a health thing, then I'm pretty sure that most people will probably partake in it without having to feel like, damn, I can't. Like, you don't want to feel bad after you eat something.
Yeah, our great-grandparents, our great-great-grandparents, like my great-great-grandfather, like, just passed away, like, 2021, and this man was eating whatever. Like, he is straight South Carolina bred and then migrated up here to Baltimore. Like, it wasn't no vegan, nothing. Like, he ate pork.
They ate
everything, rabbit, whatever, chitlins. Yes, all that. And he lived into his 90s. Yeah. And just passed. And his wife, which is my great-great-grandmother, she still is here, by the grace of God. But so is us. It's just the food just got like worse and worse, but like they weren't worried about no vegan stuff. They weren't worried about eating. Like, she be laughing at some of the things like that she be hearing about me eating because people call my cookouts. They be calling them like the healthy cookouts in my family. You get what I'm saying? Whereas though it's like I be like, man, y'all talking about me. No, I got a homie like Creo over here. Like I'm like, yo, I'm like in the middle.
Right, I can't tell you be having them meatless cookouts.
I'm picking out compared to him over here. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, no, I just be in the gray. Like, my foot be in, foot be out. But I just recognize where we do need to. I know you hate this word, but some people don't even have moderation. Yeah. So it's like me, like, how do you feel about fasting? Because recently, I would say probably like a month ago, I started incorporating the 14-10 fast. Yeah. That's what I did. I just doing research, I found that people who eat in that 10-hour span and let their body digest and rest within that 14 hours, which means when you waking up, you probably waking up around like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, which means you're probably not eating until like 12. So now I don't eat anything before 12. I would just drink water or something like that,
right.
and then have my cutoff when I had my cutoff. Because like before, like you was just saying, like I didn't know. I wouldn't say I didn't know, but I was ignorant to the fact of, I'm not getting proper rest. Like I'm waking up and I'm feeling groggy, and a lot of this stuff is because I got a 3-year-old now. Mm-hmm. So he ain't trying to hear that daddy tired. Mm-hmm. But I'm finding myself irritable when I wake up. Like, and I got to take him to school in the morning. Like, I'm like, I don't want to be this way and stuff like that. So it's forcing me to like look kind of inward and like go on a like better journey for like him and myself. So I just found that like I wasn't getting the proper sleep, not because I wasn't going, because I would be like, all right, I'm gonna go to sleep early in the day. Right. You get what I'm saying? Like if I know I was up 2 a.m. working or doing whatever I was doing the previous night, then tonight I know I'm gonna make sure I'm in the bed by like 10:30, 10 o'clock. Yeah. But I was still, because I probably ate at like 9:30. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So it was like, oh, like I'm half-assing it, but I didn't even know. I'm just ignorant. So I know it's so many other people that just, they think it's a joke when I talk about fasting. They be like, oh man, you gonna be anorexic, or what you fasting for? You only weigh a buck 50 soaking wet. Like, you feel me? Just making jokes and stuff like that. But it's like,
I will say this. Our kind is very ignorant when you get into these shit. It's like, yo, they just be saying anything.
Anything. So like, can you like tell me if you have like a cutoff or like some of the like the fasting? I'm pretty sure it's just like your regular day to day now.
Yeah. So 6 or like, that was the 6 a.m. to 12. I would say 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. I don't eat nothing. Then from 12 or 1 to 3, that's when I have my heaviest meal. And then from 4 to 7, I might eat like some cashews or something like that. But I ain't really eat nothing too heavy, because like you said, well, to the time when you're about to go to sleep, and, you know, I don't want to have that heavy stuff in my stomach for real. But there is times where I fasted for, the longest I've ever fasted for was 3 days.
3 days.
Yeah, we say fasting. What are we consuming in that 3 day period?
Water.
Though?
Maybe
just
water and
on?
some teas. Like water, like you can, like the extract from like what is, not lavender? What is it? Hibiscus, elderberry, stuff like that. You can drink that type stuff, but you just no solid foods at all. No fruits, nothing. That's all you drinking. I did that on Thanksgiving on purpose. You know.
You did a Navy SEALs fast.
What's your starter pack for anybody trying to get into, like, you know, becoming a vegan, or even just like trying to have a healthier lifestyle? Like, you go to Sprouts, you go to Trader Joe's, you know, whatever market that somebody prefers to go to. Like, what are the things that we looking at as far as going to the market? Like, let's say I got $75 and I'm trying to have a week's worth of food where I'm partaking in something related to vegan. What would you suggest?
$75. All right, no lie. $75. If you're going to Trader Joe's, it may not get you too much. Trader Joe's be taxing.
Well, that's the matter of
fact. It ain't as bad as mine. But Trader Joe's cool. You can get something for $75.
Let's take the price out of it. Let's just say that somebody is like boss of the Wall Series and they just trying like, what's the starter pack for a vegan diet? When you trying to like really just jump off the porch and do.
So they got like $100 to spend.
Yeah, like somebody just went to the market. The price ain't no limit. Ain't nobody gonna buy no $200-$300 worth of food if it's natural, because the shit gonna go bad and you can't consume too much food. So the average person probably could be like $75 to $100.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad you brought up price, because a lot of people like to say that's the word they say, I can't switch to healthy because it costs too much. It costs about the same to eat. It's all about the way you want to shop at, right? So I'm glad you said $75. So on this a typical $75 day, right? We're gonna go down to farmers market on a Sunday. We're gonna start fresh on a Sunday. Go down there, we're gonna get your fruits, we're gonna get your vegetables, we're gonna get your peppers, we're gonna get all that. That's gonna run you maybe like $30, right? After that, you gonna ride up the, it's another place called H Mart. It's a Chinese farmers market.
40?
Yeah. Yeah. You gonna ride up there, you can get fruits up there, but you already got that stuff in the farmers market. You gonna go up there, you gonna get your honey, because I still do honey, even though they say honey is technically not vegan, but you know, you make your own rules. But I get the honey, you get your agave, you get your,
I definitely do the honey.
Yeah, you get your ginger, you get your lime, because you gotta have the detox stuff. You gonna get that. You gonna get your avocados. Avocados is gonna be for like your proteins and your fats and stuff like that. You gonna also get, they got like that exotic stuff over there, like what is it? Soursop. Soursop kills cancer cells and stuff like that. Yeah, you want to make sure you get that. That's going, after you get out of there, you're gonna be at about maybe like $60. So you're gonna spend another $30 in that. Then you're gonna go down to Then you're gonna go down. What's that place called? Okay, Natural. That's gonna be downtown. You're gonna spend downtown, and that's where you're gonna get your stuff like your granolas. You're gonna get your granolas. You gonna get
oats.
Yeah, you can get oat. You can get granolas and oats. That's gonna run you like $10. And then you can run to Mom's. You know, at that $5 to buy something called acai. It's like a purple. It's like a purple stuff. It got blueberries and other frozen fruits in there. It's probably like blackberries, raspberries, stuff like that.
Gotcha.
You know, you gonna get all that. That's gonna maybe last you about a week and a half if you're not smoking weed. To be honest, that's what really gonna burn. That's what really burn through my food is the fact that I smoke.
Hold on, so if you do smoke weed and you become a vegan, like what's the first thing in your mind? You thinking like, damn, I'm hungry. What I'm about to eat? Like,
nah, it's not even that. You gonna
like
eat too
snack
much.
on?
You gonna burn through that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Because none of that shit really got no weight on it.
yeah.
It's good if you can it'll help you maintain your weight and go over if you intentionally eat your protein and stuff like that. But if you smoke weed and like you don't really know what you're doing with it, you gonna lose hella weight, like hella weight. To be honest. Cause you ain't gonna really know what to eat. You're gonna damn out overeating or you're gonna try to eat certain things and that ain't gonna work. Like you can't smoke weed and eat hella fruit. That's not gonna work. You gonna need to eat like pistachios.
I know
cashews.
someone that need to see this.
Yeah, it's pistachios.
Call him out, but
cashews. You gonna need to have
He
your
good as
protein.
hell, but
Yeah.
he be munching them fruits down.
Yeah.
When he get high as hell.
That's not. I mean, if you try and keep your weight, that's not gonna help.
Right.
Because all that stuff is gonna be your not your carbs, but pretty much your sugars.
Right.
They're gonna be your sugars, and that's just gonna get burnt like that. You need something that's gonna hold that. You know, something that's gonna actually weigh something down. Like I said, that's gonna be your nuts and stuff.
I mean, some people, they eat horrible, but they metabolism, I guess, it just be burning through foods and stuff like that. Like when I got like 27, I started noticing, like 26, 27, like I just started noticing my metabolism was slowing down like a little bit. So I can't, cause I was one of them, like my whole life, like if I wanted a sub, I can go get me a sub. Like I'm cool for real, but it could be a whole bunch of things like you might not be playing basketball every day like you once were when you was younger, like when you ain't had no job and family at home and stuff like that. Like,
Nice.
but it's just like I don't know what it was. Like we was riding bikes, we was just heavily active when we was kids, but it's also like Shaw was saying, like it just naturally just gonna like slow down. But I still have homies that's our age, bro. Like Tonio's small, and I don't never hear him talking about none of the shit I'm talking about doing, like to take care. Like he just like recently started like working out and stuff like that. But like he don't gotta work too crazy to maintain like his slim shape and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. It's like everybody's body is drastically different. Like you can see somebody that eat like all day, a bunch of bullshit, and they be small and got like 8 packs, small pack. But I'm gonna tell you this. It's gonna be hard to maintain that shit after a while. That metabolism will come and smack you upside your fucking head. I'm telling you. So.
How's your metabolism?
I get.
You never been big, Shaw.
No, I was kind of chubby in high school. I slimmed down when I started hooping.
Okay.
Heavy. Like I started going to the wild a lot, and I was a little chubby at first. I ain't even want to tell you, but I used to my grandma used to pick me up from school in high school and shit. Every day, I used to go to McDonald's every day. I could have been on that fucking documentary, like, and I'm telling you, the staple order every day was a McChicken, a small fry, a 4-piece nugget, hot mustard, sweet and sour sauce, sweet tea. Man, that shit
tastes good though.
That shit was every day, and like, I was just thinking to myself, when I started hooping, I was still eating that shit, but I was still sitting down.
Yeah.
But like, I ain't really get into the whole food thing until later. Like, I went through periods of trying to learn how to cook. Right. Whatever the case may be. Now it's like, since I had a daughter, it's different. You feel me? Like I gotta make sure that things is prepared a certain way, whatever the case may be. I never want to like make McDonald's somebody's primary diet. Not even like secondary. But at the same time, ever since I had a daughter, I was like, I gotta lock in on cooking a little bit more. So I started doing that a little bit more. I might partake in fast food here and there. But it's very, like, even the last episode we was talking about, like, I rarely eat it. I cook way more than I eat fast food. But I can't cook a meal that I know I'm going to want to partake in while I'm cooking it without having a full stomach. So, like, sometimes I might be like, I need some french fries just to hold me over while I'm cooking. Because I know for a fact if I cook this, I'm going to be fucking with it the whole time, trying to see what it's like or whatever the case may be.
Oh, like, eat on it, like, as you're making it.
You know how that go. You just want to do a taste test. But now I didn't master discipline and not even touch food in that way when I'm cooking. I just prepare it and go from there. And if I do taste it, it's probably something that I'm doing as far as like experimenting with a new seasoning or some shit like that, trying to see how it blends this and go from there. But Yeah, for the most part, that's pretty much how I carry it.
So I know I got people who watching and things like that. Cause we ain't trying to turn people vegan or nothing with this episode. That's not what we're doing. Exactly. We're talking about clean eating, things like that. With this, with that, and however you go about it. But like, if someone is kind of being like defensive about it, or saying, like I can't all the way be healthy if I'm still out here like smoking and drinking, can you kind of just like tell them from your own personal stance, like foods they can still eat, if they got like the munchies,
right?
Or it's been a drunk night and stuff like that, and they're just trying to find something to eat on, but it can't be a chicken cheesesteak sub at midnight and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, can you just like walk them through that?
So for the smokers, right? Because I be smoking. If you wanna make sure you don't want to lose weight, because if you're smoking and you're not eating and you're trying to be vegan, you're gonna lose a lot of weight like that. So you need something that's gonna retain your weight, right? So if you're smoking like fruits and vegetables, the smoke is gonna burn straight through that. That's pretty much not gonna help. What you're gonna need is more so your proteins, like your cashews, your walnuts. If you like honey roasted cashews, honey roasted peanuts, any type of things like that, more so your proteins, that's gonna more so stick to you. Now if you drink and you want to be vegan, now you gotta understand that you're gonna want to have your breads, right? But now when it comes to your breads, you don't want to eat any type of bread. You don't want to eat white bread. Well, I don't fuck with white bread. Wheat bread is okay, but mostly you want to go with your coconut flour, your spelt flour breads, stuff like that. That's gonna more so coat your stomach, so the acid isn't just gonna be on your stomach. That's what happened to me twice before, and that's what made me actually stop drinking. But if you do, like I said, if you do want to drink, make sure you put that coat on the top of your stomach first, so that alcohol has something, so that alcohol has something to absorb into. Yes, sir. So if you want to do that, like I said, if you want to do that, that'd be good. Now, if you want to gain weight as a vegan, but gain it healthy wise, what I actually started recently doing, I started getting these protein powders, and it's made out of these mushrooms, chaga mushrooms, and that shit, it's been working. It helps out a whole lot, so I ain't got to spend so much money on cashews and stuff like that. Cause like I was saying, my Trader Joe's be taxing, and they got don't lie, they got the best quality fucking nuts and cashews and shit. To be honest. They got the best quality, but you gonna pay to play. Section in there. Yeah, you gonna pay to play, but they tax, so you gotta find something else, and that works. And Mom's got that protein powder that I was talking about.
You gonna make me have to take a trip up Mom's again, man. Yeah, I walked in there because I'm a Trader Joe's foodie. Like my mother told me about it, cause she know like what they call you, not to offend nobody, call you Jew if you tight with money. So she knew to send me to Trader Joe's, cause that's where I get it from, is her. And I just fell in love with the prices, because I just remember being around the corner from Mom's and walking in there and being like, and this when I was like early in my journey. This is probably like 2016, 2017, like just started working, because I'm fresh out of college. I'm like, man, I'm trying to eat right, but babe, you trying to go to Hip Hop Chicken and just get this fish and chicken combo? Yeah. Cause this shit right here is expensive, and I know I'm gonna be full. But when I went and Trader Joe's, it just made the process so much easier. But you keep on advocating for Mom's, so I might gotta go in there. But like you said, it sounds like it take a lot of patience to kind of shop the way you do, because right now I probably do like 3 runs. I got the Walmart for big items and stuff like that, like appliances and if I want plates and silverware and stuff like that. But actual food, I'll probably go to Sprouts, cause Sprouts down the street from me from here. Too, yeah, I'll go to Sprouts. Yeah. Just recently found out about them, cause I was traveling all the way out Towson to go to Trader Joe's, but then Sprouts is like 10 minutes down the street from me in Canton. But then from there, I'll go to like Giant. You get what I'm saying? If I don't feel like making that run in Walmart, because it be packed. So I'll go get the rest of my grocery from Giants or whatever, because they produce is pretty good as well. Right. But you saying, I heard you talking about your food runs for a week and a half of shopping. and you went to like 4 different stores.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Depends,
Yeah. So it sounds like it take a lot of like patience. And just knowing what you want to get. I guess when you go there, it's probably easier if you know what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I pretty much know all those stores probably front and back. Like I know everything at. I pretty much know what I'm gonna get. Yeah. Yeah. Like I know what I'm gonna get when I go there. Yeah. I just been doing. It's like a system at this point.
Yeah.
I program my mind like I already know what I'm gonna get. I know if I want to try something new, what it's gonna be.
Right.
You know what they have, what they don't got. Shit like that.
So what one spot would you say? Because we always got to think about the other side, which is the lazy side. The people who don't want to go to spend a Saturday from work going to 4 different stores shopping. Especially just tell them they're going to have to do this again in like another 2 weeks. So,
that shit
yeah.
gone.
So, what would you say was though they can get the best bang for their buck?
H-Mart.
H-Mart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, best bang for your buck, farmers market. No, farmers market.
Farmers market, they can go in there and
that's only once a week, one-stop shop. Yeah,
you're right, and that's a one-stop shop. So you go down there, get your fruits, your vegetables, get something to eat if you want to. If you still eat meat.
But there's nothing for like, let's say max 3 weeks.
What you mean? What? It's gonna last for 3 weeks? Nah.
Yeah.
You don't. To be honest, you don't even
like
want
shopping.
You don't even want none that's gonna last that long.
I mean, they could probably freeze it, right?
So, besides going vegan, one of the best things I ever quit was porn. And porn, I would say porn was one of the best things to quit because, like my brother had said, it desensitized me to what was reality, right? Because let's be real on this podcast. Us man, we want a good girl. We really want a girl with no bodies. You feel me? Once we find a girl that we know that everybody can hit, you don't want her. Right, but we want a good girl with no bodies, but we want her to have experience of a girl with bodies. You feel me? It don't work like that.
And it don't work like that.
You feel me? Over the process, you can teach her and stuff like that. But we ain't thinking about the process. We think about now. We think about shit up on my shit now. You feel me? That's just how I got, and that's how we is. So I had to realize, like, all right, I gotta stop tricking myself. And then also, you realize once you stop doing that to yourself, your circulation and your erections actually get better as well too. Because you stop having that stuff on your psyche and on your mind, you feel me? Clouding your mind about, you feel me, shit that really ain't what it is, you know?
Sex is so like it's everywhere. It's like you get on Twitter and
you can't escape it.
Twitter like porn.
Man, we got a homeboy. You go on his page.
You didn't gotta say who. Creo probably know it. This guy there, boy.
You ain't getting away with that shit, boy. I tell you, but I'm gonna tell you this. Like one thing about it, it's definitely one of them things that. Like everything that we talking about in this episode is pure discipline. And it's like it's one of the concepts that is hard to grasp. Like but as a man, you gotta grasp it. And you gotta grasp it quick because a lot of the things like finances, sex, like how you handle yourself. It's a lot is predicated on discipline. Yeah. And if you don't get it soon, you going fall off.
Right.
It's gonna be some like I just seen something earlier where it was just like no matter how much you work out or no matter how much you do certain things, if you don't tap into like your actual mental, it's just not. It's gonna be pointless. And it's like I don't know, discipline just the word for me.
It's the word. It's the word. So do you judge a man or a woman based on, and you can answer this too, Shadd, based on how much you see they indulge in like sex, partying, things that we would call like the devil's playground.
I do, but I'm gonna let him answer this first.
Yeah. Now it depends on what we're looking for. If you're looking for a partner, then you going, But if you're just looking for somebody that you're cool with, I don't really care what you do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's your life. That's your life. But now depending that we real close friends and you telling me you want to stop doing something, you keep doing it. Now I'm gonna hold you accountable. And look, like at this point, it got a hold of you. You're addicted. Like I said, we could be addicted to many different things because dopamine receptors can activate because of anything.
People don't know they're addicted to that lifestyle that they're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So your close friend and then you say you want to stop something, it's going to be a little bit different. But if somebody I don't care about, shit, fucking go ahead, do your thing.
What if you do have, whether it be someone who you're looking to be a partner with, or it might be a homie of yours, with the same stuff you're telling us, like would you give them the knowledge of, well, bro, you're supposed to be either focusing your mental on, like if you weren't so focused on porn, you can get these tasks done. You can go work out. You just display that energy for this. Or if you just tell them this is why the prostate rate is so high with, with our color and stuff like that. Yeah. Would you have you had any conversations with any people in your close group?
I'm gonna interject with that before you answer. It's hard to have conversations like that because when you get into something, people think that you better than them because you're trying to spread information. Like, yo, when I learn something, I genuinely get excited about this shit, and I be yo, I wanna share this with everybody that I know, regardless of whether they receive it or not.
Yeah,
I have many different interests that I've gotten into, and it's just like I'll share it because I feel like why not? But it's like people do feel like when you sharing things and when you trying to be efficient in the way that you communicate these new things that you learn, that you think you better than them, and that's never the case. Right. It's more so like, yo, I'm just trying to put people that I care about on with some shit that can maybe change the perspective of however they think, or things that could potentially benefit them, benefit their family, whatever the case may be. So it's like, it's kind of hard to share new shit with people without feeling like, damn, like, I'm not trying to be like this whole new person where like I'm better than the average person. But if I come across something that I feel strongly about and I'm just sharing it. Whether you take it or not, it's up to you. But it's like, I just feel the need to, when I'm doing due diligence on different things, I be like, all right, I'm gonna share this and see how motherfuckers receive it, or see if it can maybe benefit somebody else. Go from there. But
okay, so this is my question for you, Shaw, just to play on that. And I'm gonna let you get into your wisdom too, bro.
Yeah.
If you're doing something, right, are you afraid of seeming better than someone? Like, does that play into your psyche to stop?
It don't play
like
into
what
my
you're
psyche
doing?
It don't play into my psyche because I don't approach.
Because that's that insecurity.
Yeah, I'm about to say I don't approach nobody thinking that I'm better than them.
Right.
I just be like.
But you're right. They will think that you're being better than them or seeming better than them.
I just be genuinely interested in different shit. So, like, I don't really approach anybody with the idea of... That's wild. But yeah, I don't approach anybody with the mindset of I'm better than them. And it's always going to be factual that one person is going to be better than something than somebody else. But
exactly.
That's where the unity of bringing people together. Like, you might be better than me at this. How can I benefit from this, and how can you relay this information to me, and vice versa? Like, it's some shit that niggas know about that I don't know about. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not the handy guy.
Right.
I will pay a nigga quick to fix some shit.
Right.
I'm not about to be like, and I know how to use a screwdriver, a hammer. I don't feel like doing that shit. You know how to do it? Cool.
Right.
And I might have some shit that I could put somebody on with that they might not be familiar with, and that's beneficial for them, and that's cool. I know how to play my part when it comes to certain things, and I know how to be elite when it comes to certain things. Yeah. So it's just like, with me, that's just how I look at it. Like, I don't think I'm better than nobody at everything, whatever the case may be. I don't think I'm better than nobody, but I do know for a fact that there's things that I'm better at than other people, or other people was better at than me. And it could be a beneficial and unified thing instead of it being like testosterone, I think I'm better than you type thing. Whatever the case may be. But
I think, if we're being honest here, if a relationship or friendship don't feel like how this conversation feel, or how we've been since we've known each other, like, that's the whole reason why me and you doing Mancave parlays together, because of we never have those type of insecurities or those type of feelings towards each other. Like you just said, it's things that you may feel like you come to me about, is things that I can learn from you. Right. That don't be no problem because we know we both beneficial.
Right.
We know that we bring something to the table no matter what room we in. So we're like, well, you know what? Let's just bring our wisdom together, and it can skyrocket. And that's the reason why we know to pull in these type of these guests and these people and these friends like Creo in the head, whereas though we can learn from them because we all believe in that we're all on the same journey trying to master our lives and things like that. So when you working like that, it's kind of low level to, we don't be like, oh man, Shaw trying to be better than me. Shaw think he better than me. Or Creo think he better because he eating better. But a lot of people think like that. And those are the people that, there are some people who do watch this show, and there's some people who don't watch this show. But that's the conversations they need to hear because they don't have a Shaw, they don't have a Creo, they don't have a Roc in their life and stuff like that, who is going to hold them accountable. And that's why we here. Because I'm here to tell both of y'all, whether y'all want to say it or believe it or not, I do look at y'all like y'all operate at a higher plane than most people who I come across in this world, which means I can't sugarcoat it, which means y'all better. You ain't gotta say it. You ain't gotta say it, but y'all are better. You are better than the majority of people out here, and that's why they feel like that. But it's like, you can't stop being a Shadd, you can't stop being Creo because other people wanna, like, nah, I see what you doing, and if you gonna be around me and you gonna be in my space and my bubble, man, I gotta call you out on this fuck shit. If I see you doing this, or you might not be doing no fuck shit, but like you say, you should be excited to want to share information with the people who you love without the backlash coming and stuff like that. And if not, then you gotta kind of separate from them people, because they ain't gonna do nothing but just bring you back to that past or whatever you trying to be on, like, to be your full self. Like, we can't be worried about how other people might be feeling. Like, no, it's Shadd, man. Shadd found out some good information. Financially, man, we can be better. You doing this, that, and the third with your money. Hey, but you could do this. You could do that with it. Man, bro, da. All right, so I ain't saying nothing to you no more. But that ain't going to make you feel no better, because since you care so much about your finances, it's going to come up again because his carelessness, you can't ignore that. Or what he's saying, he ain't trying to be around a homie who always, like, operating at a low vibration, but he always up here. He don't want to be around McDonald's 24/7, or he don't want to be, sometimes he want to go and chill. He don't want to be around a homie who going to call him and be like, bro, you trying to go to this kickback, to this party, or be up at this girl's place trying to get some pussy every day? You get what I'm saying? So
yeah, I'm gonna tell you this, like you vegan, right? If you was to be like, yo, you should try X, Y, and Z, and a nigga know you turn vegan, but he eat like a cheesesteak or something, I guarantee you, motherfucker, you think you better than me because you eat vegetables now, like, bro, it's a
yeah,
like,
facts. The majority of people gonna be like that.
But you're not trying to be better. You just more so trying to suggest some shit that might be a little better. I don't know, everybody, but one thing I had to learn is, like,
tell them kill yourself.
A lot of people predicate how they receive information from individuals based off of how they may come off to them. Right. So sometimes, you know, self-awareness is key for that person in a situation. Like, regardless of whether you feel like you better at a person in a specific task, we also got to be accountable for how we come off to certain people, or like things that we've done to make people feel a way that may not have been communicated, or whatever the case may be. Like, it might be some shit that we be doing that be like, yo, you made me feel this way because of how you delivered a message, or like how you brought some shit up. So, like, it go hand in hand, you know, self-awareness, and also other people may feel a way about things, or whatever the case may be, but it all come back to communication, which I may not be the best at sometimes. Right. So
no, because when you go, and that's all you focused on. So
yeah, for sure.
And with your tunnel vision, sometimes I could see how someone else could probably get intimidated and stuff like that, because you want it. You want it. Sure. You you got an obsessive personality when you want something, but it's beneficial towards you, because you can just take in so much information in such a short amount of time and be able to deliver it. Like, you've been studying it for 5 years, that somebody else's brain, they try and just wrap around what you was telling them yesterday.
Yeah, for sure. For real.
So how do you, operating at this higher plane that I just said that I know you operate at, how do you stay humble and grounded, so, like he said, to not intimidate or scare away the masses of other people that I call robots, that's just out here just living? You know, it's like the Matrix movie, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I would like to view myself and everybody that I associate myself with as professionals. And as a professional, you should know how to conduct yourself with the type of person that you're going to be dealing with. If you're going to be dealing with what you call a bot or robot, a person that has no idea about nothing that's going around them, they just existing, not living, they're existing until they die, then you know you're gonna not dumb it down, but you're not gonna say things in a specific way how you would talk to a person that you know is understanding what's going on in the world. You know, like, you're not gonna talk about, hey, X, Y, and Z, not gonna get into detail. You're gonna keep it neutral, like, what's up with that NBA game or NFL? That's the type of friend you have with your bot friends, if you have any, or operate with them. You talk about that. And once you start talking about your friend, like your real friend, you start talking about, all right, look, what type of assets can we build? How can we do this so we never got work out 9 to 5 no more? This one asset is overpaying my 9 to 5, and then you feel me, we can do this, that, and the third. Or, you know, what type of trust, what type of those type of conversations you would have with the people. You know, of close to you, you know, and that's how you gotta handle it. You also gotta be when we're operating at professional levels, we gotta understand a lot of people operate through their emotions. So that's one thing we gotta pick up on people's body language, you know, shit that people don't pay attention to, their tone, what are they saying, how are they looking, you know, things like that, because there might be some situations to where you can diffuse it just because of who you are and somebody else couldn't. And I think about that on all levels as a man. It might be some girl that you couldn't get, but the next man did because, you know, he was doing things a little bit better than you. You feel what I mean? Be in position in a job.
Yeah.
You didn't get, but the next guy did because he was a little bit better than you. It's a competition. This is the world. So it's like, and in real life, like, you know you're better than somebody. And that's why we choose the friends that we hang around with, because I want my friends to be the best. I want my friends to, if I got a friend that do music videos, I want my friend to be that best guy. Right. I know he should be better than me because that's not my lane. But he should be beating everybody else in that lane. Exactly. So I can be like, yes, that's my friend. My friend is at the top of that. And that's where you build your circle and your network. You want the top guys. Yeah, you want your top guys. And you feel me? You want to see those guys better. You know, like shit. I want you those guys that's the suckiest or they some ass. I don't know. I want the motherfuckers doing that shit. Yeah. I want to clearly see. Yeah, he's better than that person. Right. Yes, because that's how everybody else gonna look at it. You feel me? The ladies gonna look at it like that. Everybody gonna look at it like that. To be honest, everybody know who's winning. You feel me? Yeah, exactly. You know. Exactly. And that's who everybody gonna gravitate towards. And it's just how it is. That's just how life is. You know.
All right. So before we get out of here, as I said, it's super, super important for representation for us as black people. When I say black, I mean African Americans. So, like I said, just someone saying a young dude, a dude who look like us, who are here in Baltimore. Can you just like, because we when we get money, or when we say we're going to take these trips next year, we saving up, and it's for Bali, it's for Italy, you feel me? It's for all these other places, you know, we're going to France. But nobody really talk about going back to the motherland. You get what I'm saying? Like, nobody really talk about that. And I always said, when I get married, I'm going to go and get married in Africa. You get what I'm saying? So that been something that definitely been in my mind for like the past like 2 years. So when I found out that you went and you spent about 2 weeks in Africa, I was like, man, we're going to have to bring him on here, and we're going to have to like just hear his take on it and the experience and how that came about and what you learned. And I already know you probably still thinking about that trip even now, being back in the States and stuff like that. But I just want you to just talk about that experience with like someone who looked just like us, and why and why they should be talking about going back to Africa more.
Yeah, wonderful. Africa is definitely a wonderful place. I would say everyone, especially if you're melanated, of course, to go to Africa. It's wonderful. Definitely, with our genealogical structure, it goes well with us. It's warm there. Not too hot. The air is not like as stuffy as it is here in Maryland. Like, we got a lot of humidity here. It's not humid in Africa, really. It's just straight heat, and that's it. Yeah, it's not really humid at all. No. Well, at least in the part I was at, it was
a lot of, it's crazy. A lot of people can't tell the difference between it just being hot and being humid.
Right.
Yeah, like scientifically, a lot of people don't really know the difference.
Yeah, you're right. Humid is like when it feel like it's just you feel like you're in a fucking fishbowl or some shit. Like, you just like, damn,
hard to breathe.
Yeah, but there it's just like it's just straight heat. You feel me? So it's easy to deal with. But as I was saying before, like even when I went to Africa, that's when I tried to meet there and stuff like that. You know, I tried the chicken and the fish, of course. I would never go back to, and I ain't got no problem with it. But I wouldn't go back to pork or beef. But the chicken and the fish there was definitely, it was different, no, from what I tasted and what it looked like, no additives and no steroids, stuff like that. It was normal size, small like how a regular chicken would be. And it definitely tastes different as well too, and it digested. You feel me?
Tastes
like
better.
My stomach, yeah, man. And you feel me? I really listen to my body when it comes to stuff like that. To be honest with you, that's how I really know. That's how I would say anybody really gonna know if something really gonna be good for you or not. Like how your body handling it.
Your body will let you know.
You feel me? Are you digesting this in a good amount of time? Like, is it being stuck? Like how is it working for you? Now, when I went in with my grandfather, he took us to the safari. And oh man, that safari trip was one for the books, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I almost seen a little kid get eaten by a lion. Oh, he was pretty damn. He was probably like a minute or two off getting eaten by a lion.
Are you serious?
Yeah, no bullshit. So we in a safari, and we waiting for the lines to come out, and they got this little kid outside the car just playing, like not running throughout the whole dirt trail, but he maybe like the length of the trail, like he was pacing but back and forth, maybe was like 4 yards, you know, good enough, good distance away from the car. So
how old did he look? Like he was
4, maybe 4.
Negligence.
4. Cause you can go on this trail with your own regular car. You ain't had to have a tour guide. Like
right,
you could have drove around this park.
Yeah.
You know.
Jeez.
Anyway, but you had to sign a waiver. Like if you died, you couldn't sue. So it was one of those type things.
Is that real?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So well, let me explain how this kid was about to die. He's probably like 3 minutes off of dying. So once we was waiting maybe for like 15 minutes for the lines to come for them to feed him. And we was like, man, this line ain't showing. This line ain't coming. Lie to you not. The line was like to my right, maybe like 4 yards. He was right where the kid was pacing back and forth at. Like directly right there. So if they didn't get that kid, that line would have probably ate him. And you didn't hear the line at all. The line was so quiet. Like if you ever play video games like Call of Duty,
like it took you minutes to see the line.
No, you couldn't hear him. You saw him. You ain't hear nothing. You saw him.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And he was big. He probably was like, I would say like on fours, he probably was at least like 5'8" maybe on fours. That was a big mom.
That's crazy.
On all fours, he's about like 5'8". So like,
it was coming towards the kid.
Well, the kid was in the car by the time.
By the time the line came.
Yeah, but I'm kind of glad he did because I wasn't fighting that line.
No.
I wasn't doing.
No, you just about to witness a feast.
We would have to run him over with the car or something, but it was like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
You feel me? Like that line, about almost 600, 700 pounds. You know, with razor sharp nails and claws.
Mm-hmm.
Razor sharp teeth. Man, I ain't doing nothing with that line, man. But the experience to see that though, you know, seeing the
one
cheetahs.
Of a kind, low-key.
Exactly, the cheetahs, the albino lions, the leopards, the giraffes, the zebras, the alligators, the hippos, stuff like that. It was wonderful, and it resonated with my soul a whole lot because I was able to see it not only through a TV screen but to see it in real life.
Right, I was about to say a TV screen or the zoo where they caged up.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Now someone was caged up, but someone was in a natural habitat, like the lions and the elephants. They was in a natural habitat. It's like a big old area. It's probably about like I'd say maybe like 100 miles, about 100 miles. But that's a good enough. That's about like a good enough lion space for like all those animals.
It ain't nothing like here in the States what they're doing to the animals.
Nah.
Right.
I mean, almost the same thing, but it's like in a more spaced out way.
Yeah, open way.
Yeah. So it was like a whole bunch of them. You had
it's
like
a realistic experience.
Yeah, exactly.
For a person.
Exactly. Yeah. Like what goes on at nighttime is very much real. Like you don't want to be out there at night. Hell no. Because you probably will get eaten.
Shit, I seen some shit where they were saying like at nighttime if you camping in those kind of areas, if you hear any animal sound that's not like that, it's not like an actual animal, it's probably just as dangerous too. You be having like tribes and people that be out that motherfucker. That's just kind of funny to me. It's off topic, but it's just like when you in the wilderness, it's so many different ops. It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
You gotta watch out for tribes or people or whatever the case may be. That should be crazy when you think about it, but
I think that's scary to come across, like
for sure, because you got people that operate on the same level as animals, but
that are just people,
and like a lot of that shit is just based off instincts. So
that's what happened with that guy when he was like trying to like convert them over to Jesus.
Yeah, that nigga was crazy.
You ever heard of that?
What?
It was this guy who what I forget what country they was in.
He was trying to go over there and convert them over, and they wasn't.
But they basically
a known
uninhibited land.
I'm just talking about
right. And these people didn't like talk English, like then it's no language. It's their own little language, right? And they killed them.
Yeah. When
he got too close.
Yeah.
Cause he was trying to convert them over to Christianity.
Yeah.
And he had like sent something over to like the first day, and then he thought he could just like walk over to their land.
Yeah.
I only think he made it like halfway.
They stoned him to death. Or they spared him, something like that.
Right.
I heard about that, yeah.
Right. While he was making his way. And they never like recovered his body.
Yeah.
Because you had to go to them to get it.
Right. I mean, let's be clear though. If they really wanted to kill him, they could. They really wanted to, bro. They got AKs, bro. They got frag grenades.
Oh, you saying that those people?
They
Right.
They did. But I mean, they just, you know.
I think it was like Asia or something like that.
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah, it was like over there, like somewhere like that.
Definitely, yeah.
And it just showed how much like undiscovered lands and places that like we just don't even like we haven't even like went over into or whatever. Like like. No Wi-Fi, no none of that. Like they just straight living like kind of like barbaric, and in their sense.
They super in touch with nature, but they so out of touch with like this shit that we.
With reality.
Yeah. They never even heard of anything social media related, but yeah.
Like you're a complete different human than what they like. They would like probably be touching like your features, like your facial features and stuff like that. Like
and there's people out there like that too.
Yeah.
For sure.
No bullshit though. I think I would rather that life than have this one. Because,
really?
Yeah, because what do you do? Because of course we live in a government. What do you do when they cut the lights off, cut the water off? What do you do?
Oh, it's chaos.
Yeah. I always tell people the world where we was in a situation where we had to live without like cell phones. It was a post-apocalyptic, whatever the case may be. It's gonna be a whole different vibe. A lot of people ain't gonna make it. No. But at the same time.
Yeah. It's gonna be a time. I hope it ain't while I'm alive.
Yeah, really.
I don't think it's gonna be our time, but it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
And at
you
the
can't
rate
control nature.
Now, you feel me? Yeah. And at the rate we going now, it's like how many people is teaching us how to farm? You feel me? How to catch? You feel me? How to catch your own
at this point,
animals?
I really would just learn how to skin animals.
Like, I had a stomach for it.
Yeah.
Right. Gotta catch them first, other than
catch animals too. Yeah, for sure.
Because if you scare, because if you scare them, then you can't eat them because you taint the meat. So you gotta one-shot kill them.
Right, and I heard you gotta know the bullet placements too, because you can mess up the meat.
Yeah.
So even if you shoot it dead and it stay alive, but you track it and shoot it again, the meat tainted.
It depends. And I ain't really that schematic into it, but it is certain cases like if you don't one-shot it. And like you let it see that it's about to die. It's like the you ever heard of this about off topic like something called almost like adrenochrome and stuff like that. You know, so with your adrenaline and stuff, it'll taint it. You know, so stuff like that for real. That and it's other factors like that too that we just don't even. I don't know. Like I'm learning how to garden and stuff like that because at a certain age, like I'm talking everything. Yeah, everything GMO. We want to learn how to create our own stuff. You know.
That's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, go back into what you were saying though about the motherland though.
Oh yeah, so as far as the motherland, like everything was nice. Oh, this is one point I wanted to make too. I probably seen only 2 overweight people in the motherland out of like maybe 50,000.
Of course.
Only seen
Of course, that's some American shit, man. They be looking at us like we fat over here.
Here we are.
Oh my God, yeah, we are.
Yeah, no, it's not if we are. It's a lot of us.
Oh my God, it's so obese over here.
It is a lot of. I would say it's a lot of gluttony over here. It is, but
you eat donut sandwiches, Creo.
But I will say it is the steroids, the hormones too.
Yeah.
I'm not. It's not 100% one sided.
Right.
So it is them pumping stuff in the food along with us.
For sure. It's
a 50-50.
They killing us at birth.
Yeah, I said 50. It's 50-50. Well, probably more so 70-30 because the addiction that you get from the because all the additives that's addictive.
They make it so hard to get to the clean stuff.
Yeah,
right.
It's addictive.
Yeah,
like, it's really addictive. Like cheese got a addictive hormone in it, and it's really addictive. That's why some people really cannot get it. It's hard for them to get off it. So. That's what I would say they have less over there.
And these big companies know.
Oh, of course.
They know it.
That's why.
But it's so much. They making so much money that they can't stop.
Why would they?
Right.
People eating it.
Right.
You got those people that say I'm here for a good time, not a long time, that don't care.
Hey.
So I mean, hey, why not?
Better talk about it.
Why stop if they get money off them?
I respect it. You ever say that and have somebody keep trying to preach some shit?
That's another way of That's passive aggressive.
Let me ask you this though. But I really want to ask you this.
Because they really do want you to shut the fuck up when they say that to you.
Yeah. Let me ask you this though. So, if that's the case, what I tell people is when they say that is, do you have health insurance? Because if you're telling me you're living for a good time, not a long time, but you got health insurance, that mean you got a backup plan. That mean you're really not living for a good time, not a long time.
Life insurance too though.
Huh?
Life insurance too, because if you living wild, you ain't motherfuckers gonna come up with $10K to bury you by the next week. That's kind of
that too, but more so the health insurance because of that good time for a long time mentality going like even in the hospital, then you won't get treated.
And then you
not cured, you won't get treated.
Mm-hmm.
But you're living for a good time and a long time. No, you know it's
right.
We have to be disciplined.
We
have to realize what we're doing. You know, because it's very hypocritical.
It is
because we putting ourselves in the hospital.
I like that.
You know, we gotta stop doing that to ourselves. We gotta really start treating ourselves with more respect. You know, we get mad when people disrespect us, but we don't crack down when we disrespect ourselves. And that's when we gotta have a lot more more self-respect. Yeah, definitely more self-respect.
No, you right, bro. But go ahead, though.
Yeah, so as far as the motherland, I mean, everything else there, the women beautiful. Everything is beautiful. Like everything is what you see. Well, let me say this: it's not what you see on TV. Like with the little kids, with the little Gerber guts and stuff like that. It's not that at all. Some of them are living regular lives. Now you do have that. I drove by some of that stuff. Some of them are living in tin houses, straw houses and stuff like that. But that's not where I was at. You literally got to drive like 2-3 hours away for that.
To get to that.
Yeah, but they do have
a civilization.
They do have infrastructure. Now, one thing they do have there is I'm gonna call it daylight savings, but it's a special word that they have, but I forgot the name of it. The power cuts out for maybe 15 minutes in a day. Maybe do it 3 times a day. But you know, depending on if you're outside or not, I mean, you ain't gonna really notice. But sometimes when you're inside, it does happen.
It cuts off.
Yeah, it cuts everywhere. Everywhere it cuts
on
off.
Purpose?
Yes.
What's the point?
I don't know. It ain't America, bro. America don't do that shit. That shit don't happen.
Right.
You feel me?
But it's a lot of utilities that they don't have to pay for over there. That we do.
Probably so.
Yeah.
I ain't really get too much.
Like when they build their houses up over there, it's no water bill. You get what I'm saying? There's no light bill and stuff like that. And when I heard that, because one of my homies' mothers just got they're from Nigeria, so she just got her house built up over there. So it's finished now. And I was asking about all of that, like how much it costs to get a house built up and things like that. And he like, man, with $100K, she's living in a mansion over there. Yeah. Shit. And I'm like, all right, what about like utilities and stuff like that? And he was like, bro, all that stuff, it ain't like that over there. They was like, that's just some American shit. Yeah. Right. He was like, how the hell somebody gonna charge you for some water?
Right. Yeah, that's facts though. That's real shit. That's real shit.
And it's just so much shit where I'm like, yo, we really living ass, yo.
That's America for you.
Like, just straight ass, like capitalism. Like,
yeah, we can't.
Cause I'm like, for real though. He was like, yeah, he was like, man, ain't no, he was like, man, he's like, no, my mother good. Like, she got a house built up. That's what she had to pay for, is to get people to build the house. Yeah. If you know how to build your house, you can build your own house and you really just got shit for free. Yeah, but he like, no, he was like, once you get your house built, that's just what it is. Like, there's no utilities. And I'm like, yo, we need to have like a conversation about taking our asses and just like buying some land over there and things like that. Like, you ain't gotta completely just uproot your family and your lifestyle. You can still be in America, but if you get some extra change in your life, I would definitely say go over there and check out some of that land and just grab some of that up. Because all these white people doing it. They know what's over there. Yes. They know that gold and all that other stuff, and they just stealing it from us. So, but we go over there and we just collectively putting our money in over there, then we unstoppable.
It saddened me actually when I first got to Africa. I was actually sad more than I was happy. Because I seen more white people on the plane than I seen black people.
Oh my God. They know. They know where it's at.
I think the only black people on the plane was me and my cousin. I think that was it. Crazy. Everybody else, out of like a 300 passenger plane, only us two.
We so mad at white people, but that shit, they're done with America. They already know they done used up everything over here. Yeah. So when we trying to grab up this little shit over here, it's nothing. Bad. They already over there in Africa building the infrastructure that you was talking about. They already over there getting it in. Yeah. They done built up and they done already went over to the Middle East, to Dubai, and doing business over there. Like, they going to other places and getting bread now. Like, stuff we ain't gonna look at for another like 20 to 30 years. Like, we probably don't be talking about Africa for like another like 30, 40 years, honestly. You know, at the rate we going, cause we just now getting in on simple things like having good credit. Right. When white people been like, we was calling they food bland and non-seasoned. But as you get older, you realize like, damn, like a lot of this season is giving us bullshit out here. You get what I'm saying? Like,
seasoning your food, bro. I just do it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. But you see, but most of the like the clean eating places or stuff like that, I ain't gonna lie, it's overpopulated by white people. I mainly see white people doing them things. When I go to my yoga classes, I'm in there with a whole bunch of like white people and stuff like that. Like they on like the mental health and when we was teasing each other for like if we found out the kid had a therapist. White people just give they 12-year-olds therapy just so they can be alright when they 20 years old. You get what I'm saying? Like they just everything we get on late.
There is a community.
They
of
just
people
on it.
Partaking those things though. People just
right. We definitely getting in on it. We getting in it. But they on something else while we getting caught up on that game.
Yeah, we just gotta connect better with people.
Yeah.
You know, the average black person, they feel like if I say something to somebody in public that I don't know, it might turn into some shit. You know, it gotta be a different level of networking between black people because I know for a fact the conversation that we having is other people that probably think the same thing and they tap into it to the same degree that we want to be, and it could be a situation where it could be beneficial for everybody, but it just gotta be, you gotta find that group of people and then just, you know, move forward from there. That's what I would say for sure.
No, fast.
But yeah, they need to be doing that shit though. I agree.
Alright, so Mancave Parlays, we wrapping up another great episode. We had Creo over here talking about the motherland, veganism. Shadd had his questions.
You know me.
Bro, just tell them where to find you at.
So, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all at the same handle, Creo Dunny. I think my TikTok, I got bland on my own, so I think TikTok is the real Creo Dunny. Other than that, you feel me?
You got banned where?
On my TikTok.
They banned you on TikTok?
I forgot what I did, but I don't think it's really supposed to.
It was a video?
Probably so, some shit I did, and I just had to make another one. I only had like
trying to enlighten people too much. They on you.
Probably so. I probably was doing it cool.
The following on TikTok different though. That engagement could outmatch all that shit. Like you can have like a bunch of likes and because TikTok is geared toward for your pleasure. You feel me? So it's just like even if you follow.
Like for you.
Yeah. So it's like it ain't no point in somebody following you because they can still see your post in FYP every time you post.
Exactly.
Right.
So people don't even care to follow people because they gonna see everything you post if they interested in what you tag anyway.
Right.
So
it's harder to shadow ban.
Yeah. It's different on there.
Yeah. I need that tag with TikTok. Thank you for telling me that. And I'm gonna start actually getting on that more.
Yeah. Just start hashtagging the things like anybody that's interested in any type of vegan topics or like fitness topics or anything that you into. They gonna most likely still see your videos because like people that I follow, I don't see them no more, but people that I don't follow, I see repeatedly. So it's weird the way the algorithm is on there.
Is it because you click on their videos whenever you see it?
Yeah, like if you click on somebody's page or if you interact with her,
let's start giving you what you want to see.
If you go to a TikTok video and you go to the bar, it's gonna be something that say like why this video or not interested or repost. Like if you like something or if you repost it, that person is more than likely to pop up multiple times.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That's how I'm getting all my social media, my Twitters, my Instagrams, all that. When I get on there now, I see everything that I want to see, and I'm no longer just on it and just feeling like I'm not getting that fulfillment.
Consumer.
Yeah, exactly. I'm getting what I want to see. Like I had to unfollow like so many goddamn people. Like just people I know, people I don't know. It's just like, man, we have nothing. Like you giving me like no material that I could take and use towards like everything I'm on is just like learning or just trying to be better.
Right.
So it's like it's very simple to weed out a lot of bullshit that ain't giving me that. So I'm just getting all that out of there.
That's a fact. That's a fact, bro. But I always say we'll close out with this. Everyone is gonna be programmed, but it's about what you're gonna be programmed by. You're either gonna be programmed by the bullshit, which what they call the matrix is gonna program you, which is gonna keep you broke, or you're gonna get programmed by your strong group of friends that are hopefully gonna be talking about assets, gonna be talking about being free, gonna be talking about land, and y'all can have open-minded conversations and y'all grow from that. You know. Now if you're not programmed by that, then you know, hey, you just a feather in the wind. You know, life won't take you anywhere. But as long as you control what your mind see, because anything can be controlled by imagery and sound is what controls anything. If you can control that and you control the people that you know that you hang around with, then you're gonna be good. You know, you're definitely gonna be good because you are gonna be the sum of the 6 people that you spend the most time with. So keep that in mind.
I love that.
That's key.
I love that. That's key because, and before y'all check out, That's why I think that thing is a myth whenever people tell me they don't believe in something.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone believes in something.
Right. Right.
Like, you're not just living in an oblivion.
Right.
Your energy is being fed from somewhere, or you feeding your energy to something else.
Exactly.
Or something is able to easily influence you because you don't have faith in something.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, Creo just dropping gems, man. Even on the closing tip. So I brought my brother in here. Hopefully y'all learn something. Better shopping habits, eating habits. He broke down what to do if you still wanted to eat, what you want, drink, smoke. You get what I'm saying? Nobody biased. We talking about living at higher planes than people we love. Jealous people telling you better than them. That's how I wanted to put it. Going back to the motherland, buying these lands back because these white people thinking they getting up on us. Hey, Mancave Parlays is telling y'all now, so don't be looking in 2050 trying to figure out why we where we at and you ain't, because we bring you on the same journey and this same stuff we learning from when we in Africa with our 3 mansions. You could have heard this in 2023. Tap in, man.
Peace out. Currency exchange too.
Oh,
when you go to the currency exchange, that's why people going to Africa. $1 here is $19 over there. I was getting 5-star meals for $5, $6
for $5.
Yes, sir.
See,
$5.
And that's something definitely people definitely need to know that.
19.
Because people want to. That's the thing you trying to do now is ball.
Yeah.
You go to Africa and be a baller.
I ain't traveling in the States no more. My money worthless. I might as well stay home. I might as well eat good home. When I travel now, I'm going to places that have that currency exchange and our money is worth more. So I want to get more for my money.
Anybody can get it, that's where my mental at. This ain't just how I'm feeling, that's where you found me at. We was bumping no ceilings and fell in love with rap. Turning something from nothing, you gotta channel that.